Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here, Plan with Elise, and today we are planning in my vertical Makselife using Haunted Harvest by Castetic Plans. So there were a couple of reasons I wanted to use these stickers. First of all, they're beautifully fall themed, but second of all, we are going to New Hampshire this weekend for a wedding, and I felt like even though this is Haunted Harvest, a lot of these stickers are just really beautiful fall stickers. And I know that at the time you're seeing this video, we're heading towards the end of October, but I think that this sticker book is going to be one of those sticker books that you'll want to save for next year. So if it's still available, I'll have it linked in the description. But I just have to decide like what I want to do here and how I want to kind of go about this. I really love this door sticker here. I'm a little worried that it's going to be too big for the space that I want it, but I think, whoops, we're going to try it anyway. That's like a little bit where I'm nervous because I feel like we're going to cover up some function, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to. Okay, that's going to go there. And then I'm going to take some of these small header boxes and we're going to start to put my stickers for my daily wins. So put these here. And then I'm going to need some sort of box on Monday. I have a Patreon Zoom on Monday night. And then I think that I would maybe want to use like a brown bullet point. Let's see, I have this like pastel zig dot. Yeah, that's a pretty perfect color. So we're just gonna put these right up here. I know I don't have as many on Monday, but I think that's okay. These are really light, lighter than I expected. Let me try to double up. I don't love how that looks, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, now let's take a box here for Tuesday. Put that there, and then we're going to put the bullet points down. So again, I don't have a ton of space here. I kind of did that to myself, but in this situation, because I have multiple planners, I felt like it was more important to me to have the really pretty sticker that I wanted than worrying as much about the bullet points. And I say because I have multiple planners because I feel like that's a factor here. If I had only one planner and all my plans had to go in this, I would decorate it quite differently than I do this planner, but I really wanted to kind of go big with these stickers. So I'm going to trim this because I want to use this sticker right here, but I didn't want it to like go over to Tuesday. I don't mind it going over to Thursday, but I didn't want it going over to Tuesday. All right, we're good with that. And then let's add in my bullet points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7, which is typically what I like to do in this planner. I think this must be like the pastel zig dot because they are different. This is oatmeal, that's the color. But they are a little bit different than the normal zig dots and a lot lighter, as you can see. And then I'm going to grab Seasonal Quotes by Kell of a Plan, which has been my go-to lately for seasonal quotes. And we're just going to put this right here. Okay, that looks cute. And then let's come back to our headers and take one over here. Now we're going to take these Planner Kate stickers. These are custom stickers that I purchased that say today's win because I'm choosing my daily win every day. I'm going to go through these probably pretty quickly because I need them every day. But usually what I do, so with custom stickers, you can't use a discount code. You can use an affiliate link, but you can't use a discount code. Someone recently mentioned to me that you can use rewards, which I think is really helpful to know because I didn't realize that. But what I tend to do when I'm trying to order Planner Kate stickers and I want to make sure that I'm not paying for shipping so many times is I'll wait until there's a new release that I'm already ordering from, or like a Warehouse Wednesday. So the problem though is that if you order with a new release or a Warehouse Wednesday, you tend to use a discount code, like mine is at least 20, but I think you can only use rewards or discounts. So it actually may make more sense to order these separately if you want to get a discount on other things. Sorry, it was like, as I was talking through that, I'm like, I'm not entirely sure it's going to work the way that I think it's going to work. So we're going to put this box over here. Earlier in the week, I don't have that much going on. I do have a Patreon Zoom on Monday, but other than that, it's just more about like prep for being away. And for me, prep for being away, like I already have the dress that I'm wearing to the wedding and all of that kind of stuff. It's just making sure that everything for Plan with Elise is, ready, set, and done. So there's not too much prep to do. But then we're going to come in over here with our bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just redo it. Okay, and then we have room for something a little bit more decorative right here. Oh, these are pretty too. Let's do, this could be fun here. Coming out like that. I don't want it to cover the bullet point section, but it can cover a little bit of the box. That looks cute. Okay, now let's move over to this side of the page. So we are leaving Friday, like late afternoon for New Hampshire, and we will be coming home on Sunday. So I was thinking I wanted to do some sort of big box element like this, but I didn't really want it to be a sidebar box. So I'm going to try to create my own. I'm not really great at creating my own layered elements, which is one of the reasons that I love Castatic Plan sticker books, because they're already made for me. But what I'm going to do is use Cassie's idea. So let me come back. Sorry, I know we're flipping a lot here. We're going to use Cassie's idea to try to get this ready in my planner. So what box do I want to use? I think I want to use this brown box. And let me kind of visualize things here. Okay, so I'm going to put the brown box down first. I'm not going to worry about covering up the white lines the way that I normally do. Honestly, like when I write in it, you really don't see, so I'm not worried about that right now. I'm more focused on making sure that this layer comes out the way that I want it to. And then I'm looking for something a little bit like this brush, like this. Let's get this off the page. Okay, I should have moved this up a little bit higher so I could have put this brush over here. But that's what we did, so it's fine. But now where do I put it? Okay. I'm like all over the place because I can't quite figure out what I want to do here. Let's cut this. I'm going to cut it there and that's not the way I'm trying to do this. Wait a second. I cut it the wrong way. We need to do a new piece. I cut it as though it was going inside the box, not outside the box. It's okay. Maybe you'll learn from my mistakes here. Okay, let's try this again. So where would I want this to go? I can't really, actually, can I put it over here? Why not? But if I want it to come through, okay, whatever. We're just putting it here. That's fine. I'll survive. What I am going to do though is cut this so that I don't completely lose the habit tracker. Just like that. All right, now we're gonna add this in here. I'm putting this a little bit lower than I put everything else, so the daily win is going, or today's win is going to be bumped down. And then I want some sort of tree. So we're going to put this over here. Okay, we're making it work. Now it's starting to look a little bit like the way that it should. I want a smaller tree here. Actually, I don't even need to keep this to pull this sticker out. We're just going to cut it right here in the sticker book. And then I'll have that extra. Because I really am not going to have a ton to write down during the weekend. So I'm not afraid of covering up here. Okay. I didn't think about this going taller than the box. So the way that we're going to kind of fix that is by adding in a little header box here. Let's just do it right there. And then I really wanted that cool watercolor effect that Cassie had. So we're going to take this leaf and put this right over here. And then I think that's it. Let me look back at our reference image. I think it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good based on the reference. So I'm happy with it. Now let's come back in with, actually, I can even put this up higher here, our daily wins. And I'm going to go really light on bullet points because Friday I can do bullets. I'll have some time for to-dos. We can probably get 6 here. And then Sunday, the same, depending on what time we get home, really depending on what time we leave. New Hampshire's like 5.5 hours away. So if we leave in the morning, we'll get home at a decent time and I can, get things done, but it also doesn't have to be a completely productive day. I'm trying to balance. Balance is always the key for me, but I'm trying to balance rest and time off. And, sometimes the feeling I have that every free moment has to be productive and like letting myself rest and remembering that rest can also be productive. So we'll see. But I think whoops, this is crooked. That quote there looks really cute. I like it. And the one other thing I was thinking of, back to Haunted Harvest, I thought that these box or label stickers were really cute. I didn't use any of them anywhere, but I think that we're going to use one of these like wreath stickers on the right side, just as like a little, I don't know, a little something. We'll see how I end up using it, but I just think it's pretty here, and we'll decide throughout the week what I write in it. Okay, final step for me is adding in, I see I have more of these today's win. I bought a few because I knew that I was going to go through them quickly. With the other custom stickers that I use for my habit tracking, I'm only using 1 per week versus the daily wins that I'm using 7 days a week. So I'm going to go through them a lot quicker. Desks. Let's do unplugged. I have a bunch of custom stickers and I kind of choose which ones I'm using based on the week. Let's do exercise here. And then what am I missing? Read. I wish I'm someone who could read in the car, but I'm not because I get dizzy. Otherwise, I feel like reading on a long road trip would be great. I'm not really an audiobook person. I feel like if I'm going to be listening to something, it's going to be James and I listening to something together. So I don't really know that an audiobook would be a good solution there either for me. I was wanting to see if I had any like day of the week headers that I thought would look good here, but I don't really know that these colors are going to work or that I really have anything I want to use. I think we just kind of keep this spread as is. I feel like it's really pretty. It's very fall. Originally I was thinking maybe sort of like a wedding themed spread because we are going away for a wedding, but I'm actually happy with this, and I feel like it's going to replicate a lot of the colors that we're seeing up in New Hampshire. So I'm happy. I hope that you are too. I will link Haunted Harvest in the description for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.